Welcome back to Bordeaux. Today we leave the grand neoclassical squares and step back in time to explore the city's fortified medieval past. We begin at the Porte Caillot, a stunning triumphal arch built in 1493 to commemorate King Charles VIII's victory in Italy. Standing 35 meters tall, it blends defensive medieval features with the elegant ornamental style of the early Renaissance. High on the facade, the king himself stands beneath a flamboyant canopy, a symbol of royal power in this formerly English-aligned city. From its windows, you can see the Garonne River, where ships once arrived to trade with the Dukes of Aquitaine. If you like this content, please help us by hitting the subscribe button and notification bell so you can be notified when we upload additional content. Walking south through the Saint-Pierre district, the streets narrow and the limestone takes on a weathered, historic patina. Ahead of us lies the Grosse Cloche, the Big Bell, one of the oldest belfries in France and the pride of the city's heart. The bell, cast in 1775, weighs nearly 8 tons. It rings only 6 times a year for major national holidays. Atop the spire sits a golden lion, a subtle nod to the English kings who once ruled over Aquitaine from these very towers. Beneath the bells, the tower once served as a prison for wayward youths, jokingly known by locals as the Golden Lion Hotel. Today, Rue St. James is a vibrant thoroughfare, lined with independent boutiques and the aroma of freshly roasted coffee. Our journey leads us next to the spiritual heart of medieval Bordeaux, the Cathédrale Saint-André. It was here in 1137 that Eleanor of Aquitaine married the future king of France, Louis VII. Notice that the bell tower, the Tour Pay Berlin, stands separate from the church to protect its structure from the bell's vibrations. The north portal is a masterpiece of 13th century sculpture, depicting the celestial drama of the Last Judgment. Inside, the scale is humbling, a vast forest of stone pillars stretching toward the heavens for over 900 years. Continuing south, the atmosphere shifts as we enter the vibrant and eclectic Saint-Michel neighborhood. Dominating the horizon is the Flèche Saint-Michel at 114 meters. It's one of the tallest spires in France. The basilica itself is a jewel of the flamboyant Gothic style, a primary stop for medieval pilgrims on the way of St. James. Beneath this tower lies a macabre secret, a crypt where naturally mummified bodies were once displayed to curious travelers. Famous writers like Victor Hugo once visited this haunting site before the bodies were finally laid to rest in 1990. Today, the square is alive with one of the city's most beloved markets, filled with exotic spices and local treasures. Bordeaux's southern heart is a place where the sacred and the everyday have existed side by side for centuries. Every stone here tells a story of survival, from earthquakes to revolutions. It is a landscape of vertical ambition and hidden, narrow secrets. Our journey through the medieval heart is over, but the soul of Bordeaux awaits. Join us in part 3 as we explore the world of wine. Bordeaux continues to evolve, yet it never forgets the strength of its ancient foundations. If you like this content, please help us by hitting the subscribe button and notification bell so you can be notified when we upload additional content.